Hello beautiful and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's new makeup releases. We are going to talk about the new makeup that's been released, announced and sneak peeked, and I am going to let you know whether or not I want to pick it up or whether or not I am skipping on it. And I'm on a little bit of a low buy, so I'm probably going to be skipping on all of it if we're going to be honest. And I don't want to do this whole spiel about like be nice to thy neighbor, but honestly we're adults here. It is okay if I hate something you love and if you like we don't try to be, let's be civil, okay? I'm a little bit over people being overly rude over just an opinion about makeup. It is okay. I am not gonna take the makeup away from you. You keep it. It's perfectly fine. But if you want to see some more makeup content, don't forget to subscribe because I do upload at least 5 videos a week. I'm gonna have, I think 6 videos this week, but I might have 4 videos next week. You know, I'm doing the best I can here, but if you want to see some more makeup videos, this is the place to be. I am in an amazing mood today. My family is still here, so I did actually film this look and I filmed it with, I have it here. I filmed it with the Scooby-Doo collection by Glam. It did arrive and I did have a video up probably yesterday, so I will leave what I have on my face, including a link to this collection. I will leave that in the pinned comment in case you were interested in knowing more about this collection. I'm just super excited to be playing with it, and also like my family is still here, so I am gonna try and speed through this a little bit. I'm only trying to film once or twice a week now that they're here, but they're still here until Wednesday next week. And thank you everyone who left such kind comments on the vlog that I had as well. I had that up this week, the first week that my mom and my stepdad was here. That is up my vlog channel in case you are a curious cookie like me and you want to see what we've been up to. If you want to see what my mom looks like, that is on my vlog channel. Okay, do I have any of the news here except the Glam light? Oh, I do have the new Nomad palette. Let me pull up the picture here and let me actually go. I have it down here. Here it is. Nomad. Wait, let me scoochie. Oh my god, someone said that they couldn't watch my channel because I kept saying scoochie. If you don't like me, you don't have to be here. Like me filming videos, it's not for everyone, okay? This is not like a public service thing that I'm doing. I'm just being me, and if you don't like me, you don't have to be here. But you also don't have to tell me that you don't like me. Like, I'm not here telling you that I don't like your comment. Maybe I am. I am telling you that I don't like your comments. This is the... oh my god, someone was actually telling me that my Finnish pronunciation was not spot on, but funny. I don't know how to take that. This is Yulupukin Kile. I'm not even close. Finnish is such a fantastic language. I actually do have some Finns in the farthest end of my family and I love the language, but it's so complicated. This is the Santa's Village palette. I do have a video on this. It was live last Saturday. The video and the palette is both live. Quick review on this little thingamajig. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I think that Nomad has done better palettes than this one. My personal opinion. I haven't tried everything from them, but I've tried quite a few palettes. And I am talking in that video of the palettes that I would prefer instead. Of course, there are different opinions on palettes. And if you sometimes see someone leaving a really overly positive review or an overly negative review of something that you're really interested in, do get a second opinion. See if somebody else loves it. See if somebody else agrees, because don't take just one YouTuber's unless you always agree with that. There are YouTubers that I always agree with, and if they say that something's amazing, I'm already adding to cart. But if you're unsure, get a second opinion. Always get a second opinion just to make sure that you're making good purchasing decisions, because that's what I want to be here and do for you. Also, let's get into the weekly ColourPop segment, because I think that like the announcement from ColourPop this week is not something on their own site. It is that ColourPop is going to Target. And I actually, when that came up, I know that I was thinking, when was this? Last time I was at Target. Was that when I was there with my mom? It could have been actually. I was at because we have an Ulta inside of the Target that's closest to where I live. I was actually thinking it's a little bit weird that they don't have a ColourPop in this Ulta, because I feel like it would be one of those brands that would do really good at Target because it's affordable, it's colorful, it's a little quirky. I mean, the target audience that goes to Target to shop for makeup might not be looking for some more expensive brands that they had there, like Buxom, or I think like they had Tarte. Now I don't remember what other brands they were having. By the way, this set, can I just show you? It's like with matching shorts, and the shorts, I will leave a link to that down below as well, if I could find it, because I just recently bought it. If you are interested in what I'm wearing, check the pinned comment. But I was thinking like, oh, how curious that they don't have ColourPop, because I feel like they would fit in with Target. But it shows that they're actually coming with their own selections. I'm guessing that ColourPop is going to be available at Target with the normal beauty selection and not at like the Ulta selection at Target. This is what I'm getting from this. Like, let me see if I can see the picture that I'm showing you. So there's going to be some different sets. There are going to be some Super Shock duos. There are going to be some like lippy pencil and lip liner sets. And there's some Glitterly Obsessed, which if you are into glitter, personally, I love the glitterly obsessed. I think that they are so easy to work with, and I think that they stay put, and on me they work really good. And then there are going to be 4 different 9-pan eyeshadows, and these palettes are going to be with a see-through lid because you cannot swatch things in drugstores in the US. I don't really know why that is. I don't really know why that is, but it is the way that it is, so that you can see what they look like. And it seems like pretty straightforward, easy to sell, easy to grab palettes. There is one that is like a brown peach mint that looks like a really interesting color choice, to be honest. I think that this is probably gonna do really good at Target. And I'm gonna run out to buy this? Not necessarily, but I will say, had I been living in the US and I had not been as into makeup as I am right now, this would have made me super excited to be able to find ColourPop at Target. That would have made me really excited. Now I'm not as excited because, for obvious reasons, I already have so much ColourPop. I don't need to be going out and buying this. But I'm interested to see where this is going in the future. If there's going to be like special collections for Target. I'm guessing that because of this being like, let's have some speculations in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know where you think this is going. It's also going to be available online. I will leave a link to that down below in case you're interested. And it is coming on November the 6th, which is really soon. And everything is going to be priced $18 or less. So I think it's going to be a great fit for Target. I guess this is the weekly ColourPop segment. Let's talk about the biggest disappointment this week, because I saw LimeCrime was teasing that they were going to do a collab with Sonic the Hedgehog. Do you say that? Is it pronounced like that? I feel like, you know, sometimes when you say a word and you're like, that didn't taste right. That's how I felt about that word. And I was like, oh yes, go LimeCrime. This is going to be so exciting. There's so many colors. Like I was super excited. And then they're announcing that it's going to be hair dyes. Hair dyes? Hair dyes. And 3 liquid eyeliners. Who approved this? You cannot be getting this unique of a intellectual property that nobody has done before and then give us this It's such a blah moment. I'm like, this could have been something. What if they did one of those like 6 pans that they do with eyeshadows for the Sonic thing, and then maybe for the gold coin they could have done like a glitter or a gold eyeliner. What is this? Hair dye? And it's not even unique colors. It's like blue, yellow, pink, and black. Oh, there's a dark purple. I guess that's maybe the most exciting. It's just like, it could have been so fun, but it wasn't. That sums this up. I don't even care if it's available or not. Check the description box. This is probably the one that's the most confusing to me, because this is the Haunted Pumpkin palette by Give Me Glow. It is $45. It is beautiful, but it's launching on Black Friday. And I understand that sometimes stuff happens and things become delayed. But this is such a specific theme. So I'm like, a pumpkin, haunted pumpkin, and to launch that like a month after Halloween, it's just a little weird. And I understand sometimes we cannot control things, but like, I didn't see, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I didn't see it. I didn't see an explanation from the brand letting us know like why is it that this is being launched a month after Halloween, but I'm guessing there is an explanation because I mean obviously this is a Halloween palette. And sometimes stuff happens so that you launch stuff on Halloween and it gets delivered later. I personally don't agree with the argument, release it earlier so that you can use it during Halloween. I personally don't super agree with that because I buy makeup to wear it for forever. And I mean, on Halloween, aren't you doing like spooky makeup anyways if you're like that into Halloween? So for me, that doesn't bother me. But launching it after Halloween, that is a little... Maybe they should have done a pre-sale, but then it's like a month pre-sale. People hate that too. So maybe that is also not... Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Don't ask me. I have nothing. Oh, but we do have... What I do have is that I have more info about this eyeshadow palette by Natasha Denona, which is going to be the Retro Glam, right? This is supposedly being released on the 11th of November. I will put the link to where you'll be able to find it once it launches down below. I am going to be buying this. I am excited to see this, but I also wanted to let you know that this is the first thing that I thought about when I saw this, and that is that Mel Thompson, we miss you, Mel, she did actually, with Sydney Grace singles, she did a what she wishes the retro palette would have been when the retro palette released last year, because she wanted to have that like green and pink, like the dusty green and the dusty pink color story. She wanted to have that in the bigger version, so she did like with singles from Sydney Grace, she did like what I wish the retro palette would have been. And I thought about her instantly when I saw this by Natasha Denona, because I think that she was not the only one that really wanted to have that color story in the bigger one. And even though the retro palette is my favorite palette from Natasha Denona, I totally see where this new palette is coming from. But Sydney Grace decided to actually sell that bundle, the bundle that Mel Thompson did, as a bundle that you can buy, and also re-release some of the singles if you already had some if you already had some singles and you wanted to get the full bundle. So that is available now. It is $60 for the bundle and $3.50 each for all the individuals. And this sale on the singles ends on the 14th of November. So I will leave info about that as well. And the percentage of the proceeds goes to Mel's family, and they have granted permission to use her image and to release this. So I thought that this was really a good way to just pay homage to one of the most amazing creators that is just very, very missed on the platform, and another way to help the family out a little bit, because of course losing an economic provider in a family with several kids is never easy. So if you wanted to support, I will leave a link down below. I think this is absolutely beautiful. The amount of people... You are my people. I love you. You are my people. The amount of people that have tagged me in various variations of this picture saying, let's call the police. You are the best. I cannot believe that they had the audacity to release another rainbow palette. This is the 5th one. This is the Carnival 5. Well, one of them wasn't a rainbow palette. But this is the 4th rainbow palette that they are releasing, and somehow it just keeps growing. It's like we're feeding it and it just keeps growing. It is so big, it's scary. That's what she said. But honestly, I mean, this is supposed to be like the Carnival Interstellar. What is space themed about this? I honestly actually think that one of these is a pressed glitter, because when I zoom in, it seems to be one of those that has the holographic... yeah, it's called Milky Way. I think it's a pressed glitter in here. Let me see. 30 mattes. Are you listening? 30 mattes, 3 duochrome, 8 shimmers, 4 Luxe Foiled Glitter Shimmers. Luxe Foiled Glitter Shimmers. Is that a fancy way of saying pressed glitters? Or is that a formula with suspensed glitter in it? Because you can actually make really, really good formulas with suspensed glitter in it that looks beautiful on the eyes and actually can make them eye safe as well. What do you think? There's also the brush set. I mentioned that last week. The palette is going to be 41.95 British pounds, and the brushes are going to be 28 brushes. That's intense. For 130 pounds. Wow, that's like $150. Holy bananas. I think it's available now. I'm out.
And also, if you call on the police, I won't tell on you. Your secret's safe with me.
I'm a little bit confused by this new launch by Isamaya Beauty. It's very different from what the brand released before, and I don't know if I'm like, that's cool, or if I'm like, that's ugly. I feel like this is getting into the same category of packaging as that gaudy brand. What is it called? I hate their packaging. That, like, you know, the enamel and the bling and the bows. What are they called? I hate their packaging. House of Siage. I hate their packaging. People are like, oh, it's so luxury. I think it looks gaudy. And I feel like this is kind of in that territory as well. And also, that mascara is like a horse that has a mascara brush coming out of its butt. And I just don't know how I feel about that. This is not for me. Also, that eyeshadow palette is like all shimmers and one matte, I think. And that's also not for me. I think there are two mattes. The beige is a matte as well. It's just not for me. I understand who it is for. I also realize that that person isn't me. And sometimes that's the best thing you can do when you look at makeup, because it's not about things being horrible. It's not about things being universal, because there's nothing that's like loved by everyone. It's more about like recognizing what is right for you and what you can just admire or be terrified of from afar. Saving my pennies, seeing it from afar. Given Beauty has released new shades of their liquid lipstick. I am slightly intrigued by this, but I also know that I really do not need any more lipsticks or lip formulas in my life. So this is the I'm Still Here Longwear Matte Liquid Lipstick, and I think they had one color from before, which was that like original recipe, the red one. And it is a long wearing matte liquid lipstick that's supposed to like be transfer proof. And I think the colors that they released are really pretty, but none of them is like 100% me. I'm more into the browns and the terracottas. I've also been really into the bricky reds lately, and I don't feel like any of these are that exact shade that I'm into. They are available now. I think that this is one of those formulas that I will keep my eye on, and if it comes out in a color that I know I will get good use out of, I think I'm gonna pick it up. Or maybe I'll change my mind when I see it in store, because sometimes things look different when you see them like in real life. Also remember that this is the last couple of days to shop the Sephora sale. It is now open for everyone. I have made a Sephora order and I actually have it here. It's on the floor over here. So I will be doing a Sephora haul, but I actually have one more thing that I want to buy. So I think I'll film the haul once I have decided whether or not I want to buy that thing. Another thing that I'm very excited about, and this one I feel that this one came in a color that's really me, and this is from Hindash, and this is the color Fluid. It's coming out in more colors. He had it in one color from before, and that was that shimmery boy tears. And I remember specifically saying in the review that the formula is beautiful, but the color is not perfect for me. And now he's releasing 4 new colors, and one of them is a matte bright orange. Did he make that for me? Because I feel like he made that for me. Matte liquid pigments that can be used anywhere on the face. Eyes, cheeks, lips. In orange? Yes. I'm definitely getting that one. Definitely. That is going on my list. I know that he is available at Cult Beauty and at Beautylish, and of course his own websites. I will leave that down below, but I am very, very, very intrigued. I want to try this out because I did like the formula. It's $25 each, and I actually think that orange, I think that's gonna be really, I see myself liking that one. Benefit is coming out with some new highlighters. I think I've only seen 2 colors, but I I think I've only seen 2 colors. There's new shades of the Dandelion highlighters. So it is in Sugar Plum and Honey Bee, and it seems like Sugar Plum is like an icy lavender. I honestly think a lot of people will really like that. If you have a fair skin tone with a cool undertone, you're gonna love that. Even a light fair with a cool undertone, you're gonna love that. The Honey Bee seems like a warmer vanilla, and I am intrigued because it says a warm golden honey shade, which seems like something I would really enjoy, but I need to see this swatched or used on someone to see if it has an icy sheen or not, because I don't love an icy highlighter. I want something that is a golden sheen, not just a golden undertone, a golden sheen. So I feel like I might like that depending on how it looks, but at the same time, do I need a new highlighter? Not really. I wonder if this is the same formula as the cookie. That's also remains to be seen. Kylie Cosmetics has announced that she is doing a collab with Wizard of Oz. I will say I am not entirely familiar with the book, the movie, the franchise, the whole thing. So I look at this and I cannot tell you if this is a good interpretation of the intellectual property or not. I see that there are glittery red shoes and there seems to be a lipstick that's red. There also seems to be transformative these transformative like pH balance, they're gonna be the end of me. Let's talk about a few more after this. But it's green and I think that that's pretty on brand. The eyeshadow palette looks cute, I think, but I don't like that there is face products in it as well. I really think that you should keep face products out of an eyeshadow palette unless it is like a influencer collab and they want to do an eyes and face palette, because then they can do something that fits them. But like here I just feel like it's excluding to put it in the same palette, although the shades that are in here is going to work on a lot of people but not on everyone. But you're gonna have to let me know, is this like a good collab or a bad collab? Like, are they doing good or are they doing bad? Metallic lipsticks. Metallic lipstick. Is that the red one? Is that a red metallic lipstick? Oh, I want that. If that is a red metallic lipstick, I might buy it because I really like that. A red metallic is actually really pretty. It's the only metallic lipstick I like. Oh, I want to see someone use that. I want to see how that looks. Let's talk about some transform. Who asked for this trend to be back? I'm not mad. I just want to ask some questions because the amount of
transformative pH balance,
none of that is true. It's just gonna turn pink. The amount of those products that we have had during this year is alarming and I just wanted to stop. This is from Tarte. I will say this looks amazing, but this is the Maracuja Juicy Shift. It's gonna turn pink. Shift Balm Cheek Tints, Lip and Cheek Tints. pH powered lip and cheek tints. Shifts like magic into a custom pink shade. They're just gonna be a transparent pink shade, and the only thing that's gonna make this pink different is the undertone of the glosses. You can see blue, orange, whatever, and the undertone of your skin. That's it. It's all gonna be a bright pink. If you don't like pink, this isn't for you. Will say these do look really juicy and I am intrigued. Same here. I'm intrigued. I wish that like I could see someone swatch these. Do you think that Trend Moods is gonna swatch these? I hope so. I hope so. I hope the Trend Moods gets these and she swatches them so that we can see them. That is what I want to see. That's the content I want to see. Sophie, swatch them. I'm intrigued. But I had another one of those transforming ones. Where is it? Here they are. These are the limited edition Pixie and Hello Kitty lip tones. This tints uniquely adapts to your lips. It comes in 3 different shades and it's the same here. The only thing that's going to be different is the undertone of your lips and the undertone of the lip gloss because it comes in 3 different shades. The adaptation part is always going to be pink. It is what it is. It's always going to be pink. It might be a little bit more red pink if it's a red one. Like, you get it. It's like color theory. But these are available now. I will leave a link to it down below. I got this on my mail. I haven't seen anyone talk about it yet on Instagram, but I thought I'd talk about it because it seems like these pH adapting things are all the rage in 2022, and I don't know why, because who's out here loving, do you love them? Like, if I'm trash talking something that you really like, I'm like, I apologize. I just haven't heard anyone be really excited about these. I've also seen this holiday collection between Milani and Rocio Roses. I hope I'm saying that correctly. She seems super beautiful, and she is doing some sets or like some holiday things for this holiday season coming together with Milani. And this is the Allure Gem Kit and the Luxe Jewel Kit. These are $14.97 each. I think they are available now. I will find a link and I will put it down below, but it seems to be a glow liquid highlight, a lipstick, and a mini palette. Always nice with these little kits, and I really appreciate brands like creating a product with a influencer, like a custom product. It's expensive, it takes a lot of time, there's a lot of legal stuff like behind it. Just allowing creators to like make kits with their favorite products from their favorite brands, it's such a easy, and really honestly I like that way of a collab as well, because if you have a creator that really loves a brand, to have them create a little kit with that brand can help you reach out to new customers. And also it's easier for new customers if they want to try a brand, if it's already had like a sign of approval from a creator that they know and trust. I'm thinking that this is the holiday palette from Translucy Beauty. I hope I'm saying that correctly. This is the Becky G makeup brand, and it's available at Ulta. It says it's available now. I don't know if it's at Ulta as well, but it seems to be a very neutral palette that is like warm, leaning on the berries and the oranges. I think this is probably a really good palette if you still love those warm neutral tones. I have never tried the formulas. I have no idea how the formula is, but it seems like a little bit of a safe palette, if I'm gonna be honest. It's not for me. Although I will say, like, if I had this palette, I'm sure I would be able to create something really cute, because it has a couple of mustards, and I love mustards. So, and it has a matte white, you know? Actually, now the more I look at this, the more I like this palette. Maybe it's the bright pink packaging that is making it look more neutral than it actually is. Because now that I'm looking at it, like, there's 3, maybe even 4 yellow leaning mustards, a matte white, a black, a berry, a brown. You know what, the more I look at this, maybe this isn't that bad. Also, it's very matte heavy. I think it's the packaging that's throwing me off a little bit. But the more I look at it, the more I'm like, huh, don't hate it. There's an upcoming palette from Sugar Drizzle Cosmetics, and this is called the Hyper Nova eyeshadow palette. This is coming on Black Friday, and honestly, this color story, for me at least, I mean, I'm just speaking from my viewpoint of what I can remember on the top of my head. I don't know if I've ever seen a color story like this. Like bright purple, some berries, some muted colors, a bright lime. I like the mix of warm and cool. I like the mix of bright and muted. There's a couple of neutrals in here. I think this is a fun palette. I think you can make a lot of different looks with this one. I think it looks cute. This is 5 mattes and 7 shimmers, coming Black Friday. I do have a code with Sugar Drizzle Cosmetics. It is Angelica, and it will give you 10% off. I think it looks cute. I bet they're gonna have some kind of a Black Friday deal as well. Maybe not on the new palette, but keep your eye open. Nimia is actually teasing that they're coming out with a palette. It says Nimia the palette, and this is just a sneak peek. It says coming soon. Nimia is the brand that's owned by Nikki Tutorials. I haven't tried anything from Nimia, but maybe this could be the one, because I feel like Nikki Tutorials also likes really dramatic makeup, so maybe this will be something really dramatic. Like, I'm excited. I could be about this. Oh, let's actually mention this one as well, because I saw this one and I was like, oh, I've never seen this one. This is back in stock, and this is the Sugar Drizzle Mini Glow Cube Eye and Face Palette. It is back in stock, and I will leave, find it like the same link on Sugar Drizzle down below. This isn't new, but it's back in stock, but I haven't missed this. I like these accent palette, because this is a companion palette to me. Like, this is the kind of palette where you have all of those inner corner shades, all of those toppers, and like duochrome face highlighters all in one palette. Have you tried this one? Is this good quality? Like, should I try it? I like the idea of having it all in one palette as a companion palette. I like it. have you tried it? Please let me know. Is this good quality or not? If you've tried it, give me your honest thought. If you hate it, let me know. I would love to hear about it because I'm kind of intrigued. And here's another thing that's available. Is this available? No, this is coming November 8th, and this is the Bella Beauté Bar Angels of Illumination, and this number 3, and this is an all shimmer palette. I have mine here. I don't know. This room is a mess. This room is a mess. But I have this palette, and I also have a code with Bella Beauté Bar, and it is Angelica, and you can get 10% off. I'm thinking I'm gonna include this in some kind of a get ready with me or something, and I'll of course swatch it so that you can see it. Honestly, it looks really pretty, and that light blue shade in the middle seems to have like a lavender shift. It looks so pretty. That's the one that I'm eyeing, and I'm like, oh, really want to try that. But yeah, this is an all shimmer palette again. You know that's usually not my jive, and just as the other palette, the one that I showed just before, this is more of a companion palette to me because I just don't feel like my somewhat starting to wrinkle a little bit eyelids could do an all shimmer look at this point. Or maybe it's just that I'm really in love with matte eyeshadows and I'm just blaming that. I love matte eyeshadows. Sorry, not sorry. Let's talk about 2 lip formulas that are available at the drugstore. Well, actually, I found them at Ulta, and this is the new Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink Nudes. So there are new colors in this formula. Honestly, I think this formula is a hit because every time I go to any kind of drugstore, this formula is sold out in every shade. Every shade. The dark ones, the light ones, the bright ones, all of them are sold out. So I think it's a genius move of them to come out with more shades in the nude spectrum. Light, dark, warm, cool. Think it looks beautiful. Have you tried this formula? How do you like it? Some people were saying that it is a dupe of that Urban Decay liquid lipstick that's glossy, but I didn't like that formula, so for that reason I wasn't intrigued in trying this. But some people say that they're a dupe, so if you wanted to try that kind of a formula but in a more affordable option, this could be it. I also saw a new formula, and this is from L'Oreal, and this is also, I saw this at Ulta, and this is a, oh, it says Platinum and Diamond members get early access. Am I showing how much I've been shopping at Ulta? But I mean, they're gonna be available for everyone soon. And this is the L'Oreal Color Rich Intense Volume Matte Lipstick. And this is $13.99. It comes in 12 shades. The only thing that I didn't like about these is that on Ulta, at least, the color in the bullet and the color on the swatch on the lips were so different that I felt like it was really hard to get a grip on what kind of a color is it. Is it a beige or is it a pink? Because they were so different, I felt, in the swatch on the lips and how they looked in the bullet. Maybe that is just me, maybe I'm colorblind, but that's how I felt when I was looking at the shades. But if you were interested in this, I will leave it down below. Oh, let's talk about this one. I think a lot... You know when you see something in like either on the news on like Trend Mood, or you see it coming in the news at Sephora and you're like, oh, every YouTuber under the sun is going to be reviewing this. You know when you know? That's how I feel about this new eyeshadow palette from Makeup by Mario. I think that give it a couple of days and every beauty YouTuber is going to feature this palette. Not me, because I think that this looks boring, but I can totally see, if you are into neutrals, I can totally see why you would look at this and be like, oh, it's so beautiful. I think it's boring because I think it's a little bit predictable. It is like a brown palette with a pop of a light peach and a pop of a light mauve. That's not my journey. It's not what I do. And again, I'm coming back to that. I can watch it from afar. I don't need to own it because I realize that this is not made for me. I also think that $68 for a 12 pan is more expensive than before. I don't think that, like, I do think that some brands are more luxurious than others and like charge what you want to charge. If people are paying it, then you're in the right, like, you're doing the right thing, I guess. Like, people will pay what they think it's worth, I guess. But I feel like 68 is more expensive than his last palette, or am I mistaken? Him from for another brand. I didn't see him as like a luxury brand. I saw him more as like a, I don't know. Maybe I'm confused. Let me know what you think about that price tag, because I know when I saw that I was like, oh, $70? Is that not a little much? Maybe I'm mistaken. If you're interested in this palette, listen, wait 2 days and you're gonna see 258 reviews on that palette. I'm not even kidding. Trust me, it's coming. you do not have to worry about that. Let's end with a sneak peek, and this is a sneak peek from Laura Lee. It seems like she is coming out with another palette just based on this picture here, and this is not from Laura Lee, this is from Laura Lee Los Angeles, which is her makeup brand, not her clothing brand. And this is Holiday 2022 is on its way. And then it said something nudes, and I mean, Laura Lee releasing nude eyeshadows, groundbreaking. I'm not surprised, but I mean, we can all hope that it's maybe nudes with a twist. I feel like her nudie, is it called Nudie Patootie, that like eyeshadow palette that she had? I feel like a lot of people have that as like their top 3 neutral palette. So I mean, she's really onto something. And that's the thing, like if you really love neutral makeup, then you also probably really know neutral makeup. So maybe she really can do a kick-ass neutral palette. Am I going to be purchasing this? I don't think so if it's a predictable neutral palette. I will say I do own a palette from Laura Lee, and it's the one she did in collab with her niece Erin, and I really like that one. I think the quality was really beautiful. If it is a neutral palette with a twist, I'm open for suggestions, but probably not. Basically, it's because I'm on a low buy, I'm trying to buy less, but I am intrigued to see that the brand is releasing some more makeup, because I feel like it's been a while. Has it not been a while? Maybe I'm not keeping up, but yeah, that was it. Oh my god, that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave it down below. But listen, if you have any questions, check the description box and the pinned comment first, because I do tend to put all of the answers of any of the questions that you might have in the description box and in the pinned comment if there's anything you are wondering about. I will have videos, of course, next week, even though my mom is here until Wednesday. I'm thinking, because I do have a membership on my channel, I don't plug it that often, but if you want to be a part of my membership, there's a button next to my subscription button where you can support the channel a little extra, and also you will get member exclusive content. You can read all about that in the button down below. You can read without joining, so you can read the info. And I will have a member exclusive tutorial every month, and I usually have it on the first Saturday of the month, but I wasn't able to film it this week, so I'm thinking I'm gonna have that on Wednesday instead next week. So keep an eye open for that. And also, if you are a member, I did add Kaisa as an emoji. So if you are a member, please can you use Kaisa as an emoji in the comments? I would love to see you use it, because when you are members, you do get access to member exclusive emojis. And I also did take away the Kidding Glam emoji. My cat passed away, and it made me sad. It made me sad. I'm gonna keep it, of course, for me, but I didn't want to have it on my channel anymore, and I hope you understand. But I also have actually commissioned to get some holiday emojis, so we're gonna have that during Vlogmas. I'm super, super excited. But yeah, I hope you're having such an amazing day. Please leave me a comment down below letting me know what you're interested in and not so interested in, and I will see you again, I'm guessing Monday, for a new video. Bye!